Yep, got this beauty during my time at the Barnum Museum.
Oh, hello. I didn't see you there. Today I want to talk about tattoos. Where do they come from? Why do we get them? And will I regret this tattoo of Jumbo when I get old? People have been tattooing for thousands of years, all around the world. But in more recent history, tattoos became taboo in some cultures. Judaism, Christianity, Islam all condemned tattoos, and the Pope even banned them in the 700s. But tattooing thrived elsewhere. Polynesia is actually the source of the word tattoo, to mark. In Polynesian culture, elaborate tattoos are a sign of beauty, culture, and social status. In the 1700s, Europeans like Captain Cook visited these Pacific Islanders. Cook, or more specifically his crew of rowdy sailors, helped repopularize the art in ports all around the world. By the 1800s, tattoos were increasingly popular in Europe and the United States, but mostly among sailors and other members of the working class. Body art still had this outlaw reputation that comes from a papal condemnation. Tattoos, especially large ones, were such an unusual sight that heavily tattooed men and women became a mainstay of circus culture. Captain Constantinos was a Greek Albanian who told some tall tales in his circus act. The captain said that the tattoos covering his body were made by Chinese kidnappers as a weird sort of ritual torture. This entirely made-up story took place in a place that once seemed impossibly exotic to most mainstream audiences in the USA and Europe, China. Other performers would tell similar origin stories involving Native America or some other unfamiliar culture. But these fictions all served the same purpose. They made up stories about other people's cultures so that they could follow the rules of polite culture in the USA and Europe. This gave performers and the audience an excuse to engage with an art form that was still quite shocking. Of course, tattoos were just too cool to stay out of the mainstream for long. Even aristocrats like the future King of England got a tattoo, but not until they visited the American Museum, of course. In 1860s New York, P.T. Barnum was busy running the American Museum on Broadway, while a guy named Martin Hildebrandt was giving people tattoos over in the Bowery. In the 1870s, Hildebrandt opened what was probably the nation's first tattoo parlor in that neighborhood. Then, as now, people got tattoos for lots of reasons. It's a rare art form that allows anyone to express themselves using their own imaginations and their own body. But then, as now, tattoos are a little illicit. This is entirely okay with people who may consider being a little illicit a good thing. But people are still asked to cover up their tattoos at work or worship, telling us that this art is still a little outlaw. It's still too edgy to be entirely acceptable. So, what's the takeaway? In the 1800s, tattoos spread globally, from Polynesian Pacific Islanders to the United States and Europe. And once there, it spread upwards from the working class to popular culture, even to royalty. My question for you is, why are people still offended by tattoos? Are tattoos the thing that scared folks like the Pope? Or are the people who get tattoos the scary thing? I want to know what you think.